what makes good money? Because you have Bitcoiners make the argument like, oh, like everything is going to be, priced in Bitcoin, or people are going to just transact with Bitcoin. Like that was the actually original kind of goal and vision when Satoshi like released a white paper. It literally says peer-to-peer cash. And then in the Ethereum world, you have the whole ultrasound money meme, and everybody putting the speaker in the bat, and people are saying, "Oh, ETH is money, ETH is money, ETH is money." And in a way, it has become money, especially whether it's in the NFT market or anything that's priced in ETH. So technically, it is money in these different economies. So, what do you think makes good money? Could Bitcoin and ETH become money, or do you think they should just kind of stick in their own lane and do what they're good at, whether it's like Bitcoin being a store of value, a very volatile store of value, but store of value, and ETH kind of being this, I think the proper term is like a triple threat asset. People use it for gas. In a way, it's a store of value, and then there's like something else that kind of escapes me. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think my own view of money or currency is something that keeps your standard of living constant. And I think that that's actually the whole point of the CPI, right? It's supposed to measure important consumptive items that part of a good life, right, Americans have come to expect, right? And the government keeps track of those prices. So currency is something that you can actually plan around. You can earn, you can save, you can be pretty sure that, if you have this much money, you can buy around this much of a home or this much of food, and you can be pretty confident that that's going to be the case next year and the year after that, and etc. Right? Now, if you think of literally what the definition of an investment is, it's exactly the opposite of that, right? If it's a good investment, you should be able to buy a bunch of houses that you can buy. You should be able to change your standard of living, right? You should be able to answer the when Lambo question, right? If it's a good investment, it should change your standard of living. So investments are anathema to currency. That's my view. I don't think it's a controversial view when you actually look at how the dollar works, right, and how actual monetary policy is done. You could argue that monetary policy is done poorly, but the intent of it is to keep standard of living fairly the same across time, plus minus a inflation factor, essentially, right? And so that, I think, is my view. My view is that a currency requires it to be pegged to some standard of living. At the end of the day, that's what humans in meat space care about, right? And so that's why everyone still does their accounting in dollars. When stablecoins peg to dollars, transitively they're pegging to the standard of living monetary policy of the CPI and what the Fed does, right? Mm-hmm. But we can bring that stuff on chain, right? And that's what the Frax price index should hopefully be able to do.